Sadly, each year hundreds of pets accidentally ingest toxic household substances and foods. And while accidents happen, there are some important steps you can take as a pet owner to prevent that poison exposure in the first place. Tiffany Burk, Director of Education at the Bay Animal Hospital, is live in studio to talk about the seriousness of pet poisonings. I mean, you got to be vigilant, right?
Very much so.
Yeah, what are some of those common items that people need to know about?
There are some very common items that in our homes each and every day, year round, we have. The most obvious I would probably touch on is chocolate. Okay, chocolate's very bad for cats and dogs.
I feel like that one's pretty well known.
It is very well known, but some that are very not well known is xylitol. Xylitol is hidden in a lot of sugar-free gums, candies, jellies. Birch sugar is a common ingredient in these sugar-free items that you really want to stay away from. This is a fatal toxin. Rat poison, ethylene glycol, antifreeze. Lilies, we're encroaching the Easter season. We'll touch on that, I think, a little later.
Yeah.
But that's a very dangerous flower for our cats.
Oh, okay, that's good to know. Yeah, we're looking at a list there. You see some of the good stuff, blueberries, carrots, things like that, so keep that in mind. Yeah, talk a little bit more about foods, because again, a lot of people like to give Fido a treat.
Yeah,
some table scraps, maybe.
Yeah, table scraps are always a no-no.
Yeah.
And encroaching the Easter season, chocolate's going to be around our homes and Easter baskets a lot. White chocolate's not as toxic. The chocolate that we really want to stay away from is the bittersweet. The darker the chocolate, the higher the toxin in it. Okay, so if you're baking with baker's chocolate, or your dog or cat even gets into chocolate, and you're in concern or question, call your veterinary office or ASPCA Poison Control, and they'll be able to let you know on the varying shades of the dark chocolate to the white chocolate how dangerous it was in an exposure grade.
Oh, well, you made us all smile though when you brought in some beautiful lilies today, so thank you for that. But talk about lilies themselves.
Lilies themselves are beautiful. They smell wonderful, and this time of year they're starting to come into churches and homes and perhaps just a decoration for your home. It is especially toxic to cats though. Even the pollen, okay?
Interesting.
And it's very, the toxic potential in this plant is high, from hours to exposure. And if a pet eats a stem, the plant or pollen, the kitty, it can take a matter of hours for their kidneys to shut down. Acute kidney failure is what happens. And if we don't address that within 18 hours or less, kidney function may not return. It's a very dangerous plant. It's beautiful. It's tempting to put on our tables. But the general rule of thumb, if you have a cat, please don't bring a lily into your home.
Yeah, keep them away.
Yes.
Well, then bottom line too, if you suspect, something's not right with your pet, obviously contact your vet, right? What will you do to help?
Always. So we first want to establish, what did your pet get into? How much of that toxic substance did they get into? And we want to know what's going on at home. Is your pet displaying any toxic traits? Drooling, vomiting, diarrhea, seizures, collapse, or just overall lethargy, or we call it ADR, ain't doing right. So we want to establish with what's going on at home, what your pet was exposed to, did they truly eat it, and start a case with Pet Poison Control. We partner with them with each toxin exposure because we want to make sure, as your veterinary office and your veterinary team, we're taking care of your pet from nose to tail.
Yeah, that's right. And then again, people are probably familiar with poison control for humans, but you mentioned pet poison control?
Yes, definitely. On one of these slides, we'll include the number. You want to call, Google ASPCA Pet Poison Control, and the number will be there, okay?
Sure.
And if in doubt, call them. Call your veterinary office first. And if your local office isn't open, emergency veterinary hospitals are open all day long, all year long.
There you go. You're always going to take great care of our animals that we love. And again, thank you for the flowers.
Oh, you're welcome, Matt.
We'll keep them for sure.
Okay, great.
But no for the cats.
No for the cats.
Good to see you.